Hi, have a nice lunch, or if you're on the West Coast, a nice breakfast. Today I want to talk to you about something that really matters tremendously to me, and it really is in the nature of a personal appeal to you to help. We face the most important election of 2011 coming up on July 12th in the state of Wisconsin. We've talked about this last week, but the deadline is looming. The unions are pouring money into Wisconsin to try to punish and defeat those state senators that voted in favor of the limits on collective bargaining and the education reforms that Governor Scott Walker got passed. They are literally out to destroy these state senators. They have people working all over the district, canvassing, getting out the vote. Their efforts are so intense that they got 1 out of every 4 voters in those districts to sign a petition to have a recall election. And on July 12th, they could defeat the 3 state senators they need to flip control of the state Senate so that they take over and can sabotage these changes. The results of that will be far greater than just the state of Wisconsin. They'll spread throughout the United States. State legislators in Ohio and Indiana and Michigan and Pennsylvania and the other states that have embarked upon these reforms are going to be terrified. And, by the way, the odds of then extending these reforms to New York and California and Washington State and other states throughout the country are going to be sharply reduced. It'll become conventional wisdom that to vote to limit collective bargaining is to sign a death sentence on your political career. We have got to win these recall elections. And what the issues at stake are just enormous. What the Walker reforms do is they free our schools from the grip of the union contracts. You have to keep bad teachers on the payroll because of their tenure, because of the union contract. You have to pay teachers based on seniority and advanced degrees, not based on merit, because of the union contracts. You can't reward new, young, idealistic, hardworking teachers with the money they should be getting because it's being taken up by the older, burned-out teachers who are protected by the contract. And if you have to lay teachers off, you have to do it on a strictly last-hired, first-fired basis, all because of that union contract. There is nothing that is impeding the education of American children more than the labor union contracts with the NEA and the AFT, the 2 big teachers' unions. And it's hurting the United States, it's hurting our competitiveness, and it's really destroying a whole generation's education. And the other thing, of course, is that the real solution to all of this is school choice. And a big part of what the Wisconsin legislature did was to have school choice for the entire Milwaukee area. Just like in Pennsylvania, they're doing it in Pittsburgh, and in Tennessee, they're doing it in Memphis. And these cities that have failing schools, the only alternative is school choice. And all of these reforms are being jeopardized by this recall election. So please do everything you can to help fight the recall elections of these senators. Everything is at stake. And of course, if you want to look at this through a partisan prism, the NEA and the AFT contribute over $100 million a year. That's $1 million a year to largely, almost exclusively, Democratic candidates. They're a mainstay, a financial prop of the Democratic Party. So everything's at stake here, and I'm sorry to repeat my appeal that I made earlier last week, but it's really important for you to help. Thanks very much, and have a nice lunch.